In Stacking Up today, Todd Bubba Horwitz joins me now, and he's now known as the guy who traded 36 hours straight after Brexit. Good to have you on the show.
Actually, it was before and during Brexit.
Before, during, and after.
Right up till 3 o'clock on the close on Friday. Great to be here. Good morning.
Good job. All right, let's talk about some stocks that could potentially bounce back now that we are post-Brexit. One of the names that keeps coming up is T-Mobile. Is this a stock that you put some money into?
You know, T-Mobile, to me, it was a takeover play a couple of years ago. I suppose it's always in play for somebody. It's really not my kind of stock because I don't really think that the fundamentals really back up the company. I mean, I love the ownership. I love the, I forget his name, but I like him. He's a real great guy. But I don't think the actual company backs it up. So I'm not a big fan of T-Mobile.
What about the FANGs? Facebook, which has already had a great week, Apple, Amazon,
Okay.
Google.
I'll go through them all. Facebook, I thought was a great buy at 108 after the collapse. I think now, as we get back up to 116, I would look to take a small short position as a trader. I don't mind owning it for longer term. I think as a long-term hold, it's a great ownership. But I think up here, you're kind of probably paying over towards the top. Amazon, I don't think it's going to get much past 720. Apple, I think, probably, believe it or not, Apple's probably the best out of the bunch right now as a buy because it's already taken the most amount of punishment and is down near a level. You know, you've got Warren Buffett, who's a buyer there, has been in there, so that's probably good. Netflix, only if it's a takeover. I did like it for a while. I'm a little concerned, but I think it's still going to be taken over, so I'd look at Netflix. And Google looks to be in a little bit of trouble right now, but I think it'll be okay.
Let's continue on. IBM, Starbucks.
IBM, I'm never a fan of. You know, I think Big Blue is like Microsoft, and Microsoft seems to have turned the corner and is trying to update. Big Blue has not really done the update yet, so I'm not a fan, although it used to be the big bellwether. I'm not a big fan. And Starbucks, what can you say? You pay $6 for a cup of coffee, and they keep opening stores, and every time you go, they're crowded, so great business model.
You like that one. Charter Communications.
You know, I think all these communications are going to be eventually like the banks. They're going to all be like one group. It's all going to be Verizon and whatever, and eventually you're going to let these laws, these monopoly laws, pass over, and we're going to see that. So probably a good play. You know, it's a solid company anyways, and probably any of those smaller companies are probably good because they'll probably be taken over.
Lowe's, the home builder.
Yeah, no, Lowe's is interesting. In fact, I was just thinking the other day, we got Lowe's, Menards, and Home Depot. How do they all exist? And I think Lowe's really caters more to the middle class of the buyers. You've got Menards on the bottom, Home Depot on the top. I think Lowe's is probably, believe it or not, going to be the outlast them all because their model fits the kind of customer they're dragging the best, I think.
Well, Morgan Stanley thinks that all of these stocks are likely headed higher. So we'll see who gets it right.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it wouldn't go higher. I just think that out of the group, I like Lowe's the best. I think obviously we see there's not going to be any mortgage money for people, so people are going to have to spend time fixing their homes on a regular basis, which is going to create more business. Just like we saw 10 years ago with the auto parts companies. They had to get people coming in buying auto parts because people couldn't buy new cars. Well, now people can't move their houses because you can't get a mortgage, so they're going to go and they're going to fix them up, which is going to create more business for these retailers in the home building space.
Good to know. Thank you.
Thank you.